Hi, I'm Lisa Jackson with Carpe Diem Wellness, bringing simple solutions to optimal health. And I am going to show you who would think that you could take these baby pumpkins and make raw pumpkin pie without baking for the holidays. So we're going to peel the pumpkin and chop it up, add some spices, add a little almond butter, and make the filling of the pie. But first we're going to make the crust. The crust is just pecans and dates, which the recipe says to soak them overnight. And if we're busy, how many people get up to make a recipe and go, oh, I forgot to soak them overnight. What am I going to do? Just put hot water on them, hot water for about 15 minutes, and it gets them soft enough to just strain them and put them in the food processor. So I've strained them here. I'm going to throw them in to my food processor. Put the lid on it. Making the dough. You want to just hold it to make the dough to put in the pie crust. To have everything out. We just take a little spatula here and pulse. You make it too fast, you don't get it really into a dough. So sometimes you have to just pulse it. And thing is when you're doing this backwards, you want to pulse it enough to make a dough, but not too much that you're making nut butter. And you can wipe down the sides and just mix it till it's a dough, and there's not, and you can mix it. So that's probably enough. There's no one right or wrong way. Then we're going to take our pie plate, and we're just going to put it in here. And usually I use my hands, but these days we have a lot of concerns of germs. We're just going to use spatula and spread it in the bottom of the pie plate to make a crust. And you can kind of see it's like a dough, and it smells really delicious. And it really is just a pinch of salt, if you'd like to add, and some nuts. And the salt kind of brings the sweetness out from the dates. And it is 1 cup of dates and 2 cups of soaked pecans that are soaked. And if I had a pie plate that was scalloped, I might take my fingers and pinch them and make a pretty side of the crust, but I've got just a plain, so we'll just, like we're making a mud pie. Pretty simple. Next, we're going to peel and cut up the pumpkin, and we'll make the insides. So I'll tell you a little secret. Number one, if peeling and cutting up pumpkins is not your thing, this is when you can enlist a partner, your significant other, to cut and chop and peel them. Or you can get the pre-peeled and cut butternut squash, and nobody will know the difference. It looks really very much like the same. So we have our cut up pumpkin. We're just going to take 2 cups worth, roughly, throw it in the food processor. And I have a little bigger pie plate, so I'm going to put a little more in. And again, you can kind of learn. In fact, this is what I got. This is what I'm going to use. So we may have a little pumpkin. That's okay. We're going to sweeten it with dates that we have soaked. What is it that's going to make it rich and creamy? We're going to take some smooth almond butter, about a 1/2 cup worth. So here's my 1/2 cup. Close enough. Just gonna put everything in there. And again, these powerful food processors. We'll add a little more for extra measure since we add a little extra pumpkin. I'd rather get the sweetness from the butter than too many dates. We can make a very sweet cashew cream if we want it sweeter too. We can do this backwards. So. And again, you want to hold to mix it well, and that's what's going to soften and take that hard pumpkin and curate it into the pie filling. So I'm just mixing it up, the big stuff right now, and then I'm going to add the spices. I'm going to get and it's going to be so rich and creamy. That's probably enough. Now, the best part of this pie, it smells good already, but now we add all our pie spices. We have cardamom, which is just 1/4 teaspoon. A little bit of cardamom. About 1/4. Because it's kind of a chai flavor, but it can be kind of strong. We have cinnamon, 2 teaspoons. You can't ever have too much cinnamon in my book. Cinnamon actually helps your blood sugar maintain. It's a great spice for keeping a stable blood sugar. So putting cinnamon in coffee is a good idea. So 2 teaspoons. We got a lot of cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. Oh, I'm not making so cloves. Let me find my cloves. 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. It smells so delicious. Here is 1/2 teaspoon. What is it? Yeah. Also, kind of a strong one. Yeah, maybe a little more for extra measure. Cloves. Oh, and ginger. Where's my ginger? Grated ginger, and oh, we do have nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. It's been a while since I made this. There we go. Oh, these spices smell decadent. Oh, ginger. Ginger root. Ginger root is a great thing to have. You can keep it in the freezer if you get it fresh from the farmer's market to last longer. But I'm just going to take off kind of the woody ends, and then I'm going to mince it to grated. Just take my little grater and grate how much? A teaspoon. So we'll take it out here. Oh my God, it smells so fantastic. Yeah. Maybe a little more. This is great when you have an upset stomach. If you're nauseous, you can just grate a little ginger and honey and chamomile tea, or you can get some ginger tea, but ginger is, yeah, great. Here. A little extra for measure. It is quite an aromatic, extremely medicinal, healthy. That is pecan. No base, no mess. Put it in our pie crust. Let it do its job for a while. And I'm going to scrape down the sides so we make sure we get it really well blended. And the first thing people will smell when they come in on Thanksgiving Day is the aroma of all of these spices that are really warm and delicious. You can actually freeze this pie too. I made this for an event once, and this man came up to me and he said, "Oh, I can't." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "I have to be gluten-free, dairy-free." He said, "And sugar-free." I said, "Yeah. All of the above." He was so excited that, "Oh my God, can I buy this pie? Can I really take this home? It's been so long." So again, this is not about dieting. This is not about deprivation. This is about upscaling the diet on food that is nutritious and delicious. So here we have it. We're just going to put the pie filling in. This is a very rich pie. So rich and nutritious. So it doesn't take a lot to feel satiated and full. And it's a good thing I had extra. I had a little more than 2 cups of pumpkin. I was wise to put the whole thing in here because I have a bigger pie plate here to fill it up. And those were just 2 little baby pumpkins. If I wanted to overflow my pie or a bigger one, I probably could have maybe have used a lot of them. So when I told my husband, I used to teach some cooking classes for Living Socials Demo Kitchen. And when I told my husband I was going to do that, he said, "Oh my God, you can't teach cooking classes. You are a slob in the kitchen." And it's true, I am kind of a slob, but my point is, if I can do this, so can you. And it's unique, it's delicious. And there you have it. Homemade raw pumpkin pie. You can make it a little swirl, make it maybe a little prettier looking. Making it pretty is not really my thing. I want it to taste good. And we'll add a little cashew cream on top. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm very grateful for all of you.